them up a bit. So I think they've been listening to Jumbo Wimba with I get knocked down, get back up again. So I'm going to go with TSM here.
You know what? I'm going to go on the flip side. I'm going to say Impact. They're looking strong. I wish Mads the best of luck on her birthday, but I think maybe Impact, they're just looking a little bit stronger right now. However, there is only one way to decide who really comes out on top, and that's right here, right now, on the dusty plains of Mirage. And it looks like heavy over towards Ab. We can see LX going to be the first to take contact. She's having a jump. She spots people. That nade going to soften them up nicely. Look at that damage. They jump on down. Can she hold back the flood and wait for her teammates? Rounds the corner. She gets two as well. Go for a third. Make it almost a fourth. But Selly finally going to put her down. Another kill going to come on through. Selly gets one, sticks with another. But has she done enough single-handedly? Yes, that bomb can go down. But look at where the reinforcements are, Newt.
Well, they're going to press onto Mads. Mads is not looking in the direction. It's close, and the Glock is deadly. Takes down Mads. Yuli in the apartments, and Bungie coming in through from Cat. So they've got to clear these angles. Both players super, super low for Impact. Yuli just goes for the head and finds Selly. It just sticks with one. Only gets one. The defuse kit is right there, so it's an easy win. Well, I say easy. It wasn't easy at all. TSM with a round victory on Mirage for the pistol.
Lovely way to kick this one on off. And it's going to be moments like this that are really important. Both of these teams have very, very strong first halves. In almost all of the games that they win, they have these incredible dominant first halves. So we don't really ever get to see much of the second half, really. So whoever takes the early lead here sets the precedent. And if history is to repeat itself, looks like they'll take the victory. So TSM Shimmer, they are actually having to compete with a really weird buy here. Imps they forced, of course, they got the bomb plant. But an ump in the fray is unusual. Julie up close and personal, rounds the corner, has to be careful, but has the backup. Unfortunately, both of them going to get mowed on down. However, trades are coming on through here. Raven from afar has spotted out Die. She's only on the scout, so it's a one-shot kill only to the head here. But in the meantime, Bungie in connector, farming, spraying, leaving Raven all by her lonesome to do as much as she can. She's got that picked up weapon, but Die, it's beautiful. Clean shot to the dome, and a second conversion round. They dismantle the force buy, and the economic situation is looking juicy.
That's pretty close for Impact. After getting in the first round, bringing it down to a 1v1 near the final few stages and get the bomb plant down, did allow them to get into that force bar, which made it very tricky for TSM because they didn't really have that much economy. There was only Alex that got those 3k in the pistol round, so he had kind of the most economy behind her. So he was the one to kind of get a good rifle going forward. Die with a great opening onto Gadfly. This is where we like to see some initial utility damage.
There we go.
It's quite interesting. They do leave Alex alone as the B anchor. Same as the pistol, same here again. So it's nice to see that they're giving her a bit more, well, they have a lot more belief in her that she can actually hold on the B anchor. Ooh.
Yeah, she's been so monumental, just this pillar stone on the site for actually as long as the core of this roster have been together, really. She's also having to pick up the AWP occasionally, you know, when Die's not feeling it, and in that gap a little bit in some of the games when they were just trying to find their feet. Ooh, Selly, as the angle doesn't quite have the execution. Bungie with the kill there, but it's just eco frags at the end of the day. They keep it clean. That's exactly what you expect, and it's good to see them doing their due diligence. Now, this is the round where it gets spicy, Newt, isn't it? Because now guns out for both sides. Full weaponry as well, because they've lost enough weapons. They've been able to scrounge enough weapons that actually, you know, TSM Shimmer, they're looking fine on that front, and it's actually going to be an all-out firefight. Maybe a little bit of utility missing.
You see how this goes. Ooh, Matt's just able to cross on over towards connector. The AWP shot just whizzing past her head.
Yeah, lucky to be alive there. That one is scary. Gadfly, there's the pick that they needed. They've not yet been able to secure this opener. That's the first. Lynn, not quite sure whether to try fight that, but is actually just going to duck away. Better to not be greedy and to just stay with your team and try stop any disadvantage from getting worse here. Dai now going to be taking up the mantle of that B player, and actually a huge task going to be on her shoulders. Sally, she can alleviate some of the pressure here. That's going to be huge. Only good for one, but it's a little bit of a distraction here. They've got all of the attention over towards A, and Dai really has to pull something special out of the bag here, but they've been silent, quiet as a mouse, and I don't think she's noticed anyone just yet. There's the first. Attention snaps away for a second, trying to throw some utility to put some space, but that's going to be it. Immediate reinforcements coming in through CT, but they are taken down piece by piece here, and now Lin, last left alive. This crossfire is brutal. I think the call to save already been made. No point needlessly throwing away your life.
That early peak from Mads just wasn't very fruitful. It didn't quite get what they needed. I'm sure Lex possibly could have taken that opportunity to kind of push mid again, because even after the first initial contact, Impact left straight away, but then Lex kind of grouped in with the rest of the team as they tried to re-clear over towards T-Ramp. And that's when they lost another player. I think it was Julie, my apologies. They lost Julie, and then the trade came in, so they were kind of pushed all the way onto the one side of the map, and then you had just Dai alone on B side, so it was just kind of a bit of a dire situation. If they had more mid lockdown, maybe there was a possibility of kind of cutting off the push onto the side, maybe, but that's all hypotheticals.
Yeah, it's all a game of if, buts, and maybes sometimes. But Impact, they secured themselves a first round. Good to be getting on the board early, and I like that the AWP is going to remain in play here. Raven has been solid with it throughout the whole season. It's one of those things that has maybe not necessarily been putting up the highest numbers, but she hasn't needed to. She's just been consistent, doing what they need, and the fact that they can do so well without their AWP being the star has been life-saving for them at times. Dai, it's a little peek through that pocket in the smoke, but not going to find anything. Gadfly, however, going to find the same issue.
I was looking at Gadfly's pathing at the beginning of the round. So normally CTs will throw that molly at the behind boxes at top of mid. Since Heaven was smoked off, she just walked straight in the front of the boxes all the way into chair. So it kind of caught the player off guard, that suspecting that you wouldn't be in the position, because normally you get ticked by the molly, either go back towards the safety of your teammates. There's nowhere else you could pretty much go. And for right now, Alex doesn't have that much room to go anywhere.
Yeah, poor Alex, stuck in these situations, just having to save round after round here. And this weapon is going to be round defining next time, because it might be the only weapon they get. But actually, you have a look, they're sending Raven hunting a little bit here. You can tell they're poking and prodding. That bomb's gone down. They've actually just left it pretty unguarded because they are so eager to do as much economic damage as humanly possible. And there it is. That's the kill that's coming on through. The final nail in the coffin. And next round is going to be rough on the books here for TSM.
Yep, it's only... Ooh! Okay, Alex buys a scout. This could get a little bit interesting. Because I will say, I've seen this before, but it was in South America, and it was the T side. And it was in the hands of Kami, so I'm not too sure... Alex, why'd you do that? Why'd you just tease us with the scouts and then sell it straight away?
I think she knows because she's on stream. She does it for the performative element. She's very theatrical like that at times. She's a bit of a prankster, a bit of a jokester. I'll tell you, very good at pool as well. Just fun fact about her, Q Sports, absolute legend.
Oh, really? Oh, that's
yeah,
cool.
I was on her team. I think it was like, was it Phoebe and... It was one of the NA advanced players versus Lin and I. And I'll be honest with you, I'm so glad she was on my team. I was not doing well. She carried. So that's your fun fact of the day. If you ever need a teammate from ESL Impact for snooker, pool, anything like that, Alex is your go.
I'm going to put that in the back pocket, just in case.
Just useful information, isn't it? Stats new at the end of the day, you know?
Yeah.
100% of the games I've played with Alex, I've won. There's a stat. Here we go, through connector. They've just had nothing contesting them. And yes, it's just the pistol, so they've gamble stacked A. And that's the thing about the gamble stack is it is a 50-50, but when it pays off, it can be really huge. If Matt can find this kill, unfortunately can't, but it's a lot of information because I think she spotted the second there as well. And that means that she can call over the final player, Lin, from the other site. But in the meantime, bodies are hitting the deck, and there's going to be nobody left to defend by the time she gets there. Julie is going to be finished off by the HE, and now disrespecting the smoke might be the final thing she does in this round. And taken down through the wood.
Raven.
What a shot.
That's the worst kind of way to die right there. Buddy, I'm safe. I'm safe. Nope.
Nope. You're never safe. Never. If there is a piece of wood, you are going to die behind it. Them's the rules of Counter-Strike. This is going to be another interesting round. Finally, guns out for both sides. The AWP finally available on Die, and I'm going to be curious to see where they choose to play. It's being sent over towards B. There's been a lot of apps presence, but this time, not the case. However, they are heading Cat over in that direction, may be used later in the round. The Molotov going to force Bungie back. Unfortunately, not quite able to succeed in that fight. Counter utility being thrown to keep Gadfly at bay there, but that has just sort of shuffled them backwards and funneled them over towards rotating A.
This is quite interesting. At least the CTs throw some initial smokes on the chokeholds of A, so it just kind of buys them some time, but they're very disconnected. They got 2 players over towards B because they're suspecting maybe just a late B push, and 2 players over towards A, with Yuli probably going to take first no, won't be taking first contact. Mads is going to see the players usher their way through T-ramp first, but she's so far away. Oh, there's the molly towards Ticket. That's going to push her off and going to hold her back in CT. It's all up to Yuli now. She's all alone. Can she get any more? She finds one. Anchors down. Swings around and she gets another.
The nade to force the fight, but it backfires, doesn't it, Nuke? Gadfly trying to find something to equalize it. There's half of what she needs. Raven rounding this corner. This is a difficult fight with the AWP. Switches over to the Tech 9. There's so many bodies waiting. Mads gets the first, and Yuli, she is ready and waiting. The trust in your teammates to have your back when you see the opponent, but knowing that they're going to be dispatched of elsewhere anyway. And it looks like a good, clean start from TSM Shimmer, not letting Impact get away with too much here.
That was a scary, scary situation that Yuli found herself in. She was all alone because Mads couldn't do anything with their molly in the way. But Yuli's pathing all the way to below balcony and then even moved all the way up because Raven was suspecting that she could kind of get the jump on her, go from above. But alas, Yuli was above, did the Obi-Wan Kenobi maneuver, took the high ground.
Yep, it's over. It's over once you get the high ground. Bungie having a look. Once this Molotov fades, and he maybe even before, gonna be forced into the fight, gets the first. The nade, however, is gonna hurt as well. However, back and forth, the kill feed floods. 3v2 is what we are left with. And the bomb is going to be retrieved, left in a safe location for now, and it seems like B feels like their only option. There's a call already been made. Yuli rotating on through, it looks like. Maybe going to have a peek through mid as she does go, just to make sure that there's nothing going on there. No funny business over towards connector. Not seen anything, not heard anything. Just going to hold fire for now. LX. Important kills need to come here. She hears the util, throws her own out, gives her a little bit of space, but there's a window, and she just about gets it. Gets both kills as well. When I say that, actually, it's serendipity with the team kill. LX only gets the assist there, and that's something we've been seeing a lot from Imp Pact, is they've been walking in front of each other more and more this map.
I wonder if... I'm not too sure. They know that there's kind of both looking in that general direction. Yeah, it was just unfortunate events. But it is funny.
It is. It's always nice to see a little team kill. You can hopefully chuckle to yourselves, laugh it off, go into the next round as well. And they have got the full weaponry. It does look heavy, full frontal assault here. The drops down, they're going to be met by Mads. One by one, they fall. And STX is trying to be the difference maker, does bring it back. But the fact that Mads gets away with daylight robbery in hell, LX has to come on through, gets the first, isn't able to deny the trade, and Serendipity not quite able to pull the gun out, jumps the corner a bit too apprehensively, and LX, so much time for the defuse, and Bungie sat there wondering if she was going to get to see any of the action there.
rather not see any of the action, but just see the round win pop up on your screen. That's kind of the best way to win a round. Like, okay, I did my job. I survived. Because it was the heroics of Mads, yeah. The heroics of Mads just came in clutch with just an MP9. But it allowed for Impact kind of figured it out when they had 2 players left. Not going down one by one is going to take down Mads. They had to get 2 players down.
Ooh. I love this boost from Die, and unfortunately is going to have to hop on as they cross over towards mid. Serendipity with the long-range Mach 10. This is an interesting fight to be taking with it. The adjustment from Die not quite good enough, and in the meantime, Seli's found one with the Deagle. Die's pot shots aren't going to hit anything, and it hurts to see any one of those shots connecting. Could have brought this round back into some semblance of balance, but it's the Tech 9s. They are magic. Missed shot dancing around the corner, and Serendipity hurls herself, life, body, and soul at her. And that's the kill. Mads now trying to wonder if this round's even worth it. Money's not looking great for them, so the call to save really should be made right here, but it's whether they can escape with their lives. As there's the money to go stealing these weapons away from Impact, should they so desire. 5 alive and 5 grand in the bank for some of these players at the end of this. Why wouldn't you risk it all? Lovely from Mads there. The trigger discipline pays off. It does a water too. Unfortunately, it's going to be Julie with 1 HP left, saving that solitary A1S. Not even the best weapon of choice of what was available, but she'll take it and she'll make do with it and enjoy it, because that is going to be possibly the only proper weapon that we see coming into this next round.
You see that opening from Seli onto Alex. That is
crazy stuff.
That's just the life of a B anchor on Mirage. That's the from the compilation of a B anchor. It's just getting
nothing.
1-deeged. It's just getting 1-deeged when you're on the jump peak every single time.
Like silence, silence, silence. Jump peak once, head taken off. Yeah, it hurts.
Yeah.
Die trying to atone for the sins of last round, and it's another missed shot. Somebody check her orb. I think it's cursed. And now left 7 HP, hobbling away. Actually standing very tall and strong, actually continuing to hold her post here. It's LX the first to go down. Makes a little bit of a change here. Bungie going to be switching out the weapons. HE Grenade going to go deep, and I thought that was going to get the kill, but it's Yuli found a window here. Needs a bit more, and Mads from Hell, they've been struggling to clear her out this time. She's not able to get away with the tomfoolery. Now Bungie and I, last left alive. Still a winnable round if they want to go for it. But money, really, the economy dictates they shouldn't. If they can get this pick, however, that's the first. Dodging the util might go round for a second crack at this.
Great flash from Da. But Da's going to be swinging on. Oh, Raven finds Bungie, but the angle is a bit too close for Da to clear in time. So STX gets that kill, and it's the final round and a half. We're 12 rounds in, and it's 6-5.
Is it just me? No. Or has this felt like it's flown by?
It certainly has. These rounds, they've been... They're either like quite slow at the beginning, just for like a few moments, and then all of a sudden the whole round just happens within 10 seconds.
Yeah, it's all over and done in the blink of an eye, and I think that's what's really scary about these two teams. And going into this final round, TSM are trying to defend their lead with naught but pennies here. Seli opening pick, all but sure there. There it is, comes through. Finds a little bit more potentially because Mads has climbed up the ladder to throw her hat into the ring as well, but she's not getting so aggressive. She's lying in wait, waiting on her reaction times, waiting for that round the corner. But actually, it's a little bit of a back away. It's a pause. They've got the opening pick, and they're content with that for now. Oh, poor LX. The life of the B anchor is about to get another frag for the compilation, perhaps. And Seli, oh, doubling down. The fact that they've just not been able to get these trades here is hurting them badly. Bungie finally going to punish here. However, Lynn can hear all of the footsteps. Probably very concerned. I like this angle. Might be able to catch a few off by surprise. They're not going to check it. There's the first. The second, however, is not going to make the same mistake. And that is going to be a 6-6 half.
a box. Everybody wanna, everybody wanna hit me when I'm not. Can't tell me I'm not. My drum go bump it dum bum bum dum bum bum dum bum 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 dum bum.
Even at the half, one of these teams is going to break the stalemate in this pistol round and set themselves up for a lovely opening second half. And Imps, they've definitely got the advantage coming in 6-6 here. The pistol round from TSM last time was impeccable. Lin, it's such a messy spray, gets the first but unable to find that second. Dai goes for the repeat and is met by 2. If anything, that's information, but they really needed the kill. And Selly going for more and more and more, and that is the round. And there's some... Oh, there's a little bit of BM going on here as well, Newt.
I'm just thinking, it was nearly kind of a copy-pasta of TSM's opening pistol round, except that they didn't have a player on the B site. And it was like, okay, TSM have this in the bag. They've got the site. If they just don't push into market or push back into lower tunnels, they will be fine. And that's exactly what they did. They forced the issue and they paid the price.
So, for a little bit of context as well, there's a lot of passion behind this game between some of these players. Selly has already said on Twitter that she's going to be joining Shimmer. So, not TSM Shimmer. Shimmer as in the group that walked away mid-season. So, there's a little bit of conflict there, perhaps, because I know she's already agreed to be joining some of the ex-teammates. And so now is really a chance for her to try and get her name in the hat early. But this is a round to try redeem it. They forced the weapons in, and unfortunately they're toppling slowly but surely here. And now it's just Mads left.
And just like that, no more Mads. So it's 8-6, and it's a great conversion from Imp Pact. So the first half was kind of like a 3 rounds one way, 3 rounds the other way, 3 rounds one way, 3 rounds the other way. Are we going to have that again, do you think?
Potentially. I'll be honest with you, Noob. I genuinely don't know. I think we're going to see a repeat where we see this third round, of course, goes the way of Impact, as it started on the flip side, however, for TSM here. Because that's just how the economy works. You force, you lose, and unfortunately have to eco after that one. So this round should be a little run-of-the-mill. What happens after this, that's going to set the tone for the rest of the map. And dare I say, the rest of the series, as well. Because it's going to be about who can run away with themselves, keep the stamina up, keep the pressure up, and TSM, it's fine. They're getting a good couple of frags here. Dai, if she can find another one, that'd be really nice, but unfortunately, trapped from both sides. My worry is here, Newt, is that they lost the game to Aware, and there's been a lot of talk about that as well. And Aware have come out, Aware just played better on the day. TSM, they didn't play amazingly. Aware played really well. And I think it surprised a lot of people. But I think the issue that I saw people talking about off the back of that, is I felt that the individuals were very much playing separately, right? That there wasn't a lot of cohesion and synergy, and they weren't hitting the clutches, and it felt like everyone was sort of on an island. Now, they've managed to get 6 rounds on their CT side, which is arguably the side that you need the most cohesion for. So hopefully, we can see them piece together a really nice T side here with what we know their strengths are going to be, given all of the turmoil they've been through.
That's exactly it. You were talking also about it in the pre-show, how TSM have been getting a lot of rounds in the early rounds of the game, or like in the first half, they're quite dominant. Like those away games, that was the complete opposite. They weren't getting good starts, they weren't able to convert rounds. But here, they started off well, but now they've just teased it off. Hopefully they can turn the tide here. They do have the player advantage here. And they still have the bomb in hand. Let's see how this duel goes between Serendipity and Yuli. Because this could define the round defining, and it could indeed be, because that's already calling the bomb rotations to come forward. There is already a rotation from STX.
She can keep them at bay here. That Molotov might just choose to run on through it. And there's the first, and that's not going to be a mistake that the others want to replicate. They are just going to wait for this to die on out and then attack. The issue is STX location known. She feels like she has to reposition and head on over towards jungle there. Try find maybe a little bit of a retake angle here because they are just going to be awarded the bomb site potentially. However, call to save looks like it might be being made if STX can't find another shot. There's one losing them, but Selly actually from catwalk there. Maybe they could crack this back on open. They're not going to be willing to budge here. They know that that AWP has moved. And she sent Julie on a little bit of an escapade round in towards Palace. There was a bit of a timing there that if they pounced, they would have been able to just get sight for free. Head spotted, but not able to be found. There's Selly with the kill. And now Julie left alone. Lovely angle for this plant, however.
Oh, it's just way too loud for it. Too overzealous. It gets caught out just at the wrong time. I think it was just a bit of overthinking there. They had the free bomb side. They could have gone in. It did allow for STX to kind of get posted up in jungle and wait for those cross. And it also allowed for their player to get set up over towards Cats. They got the cross from Connector. It's just... It was in the palm of TSM's hand, and it just fell through just at the final few moments here.
Yeah, painful one to witness, that is for sure. Both these teams, they are going to be able to buy back right into the mix of things. Raven wanted to get a bit of an early peek. Actually going to be throwing an HE grenade. Really wants to have a look in mid. Unfortunately, he's not going to be able to see anything because XTX has already dealt with one of them. Bungie, however, does find a call to that response, and now Die having a nosy. If she peeks out now, meet up with the team. Re-smoke coming on through, and that's just going to cause a massive delay. Trap them in mid here. They want to jump on up. They're going to be spotted by Die. The only thing that they really can rely on right now is they've got Julie on that little bit of a flank. Turns out it's not going to be needed. They rush over towards B, actually, trying to make use of the timing and distraction that they've managed to cause.
They have the player advantage again, and there is a free open B bomb site in their wake. They just don't overthink things. Raven's holding the angle from markets, and if TSM are slow about this, it could be easy pickets for Raven. Oh, the shot is missed.
It's the impatience. If she just waited a couple of seconds longer, would have been able to get the first and maybe not deny the bomb plant, but made the retake a little bit easier. I like this really advanced position here from Yuli in apartments because it keeps Gadfly pinned out of this round until she deals with her. Flashbang to try and clear the angle. Yuli's going to be flashed and actually going to keep firing anyway, but not going to find the kill there. Serendipity rounds the corner to try dispatch the bench player. Successfully does so. Gets surprised by Mads there. Handles it carefully, but Die the double kill to secure themselves yet another round. 7th on the board. They're trying to keep this competitive. And they make it an expensive round here. And they make the money situation maybe a little bit more interesting here. For both sides, really.
There's some great trades here from Serendipity. I know we're looking at Dara out here, but Serendipity able to get that crucial trade on Yuli. Finding Mads as well, but dive from the van. Gets a clean little double to close out the round. And finally that first of the ball for TSM could possibly, hopefully get their momentum, because after they can take this round as well, the economy side on Impact is going to be in very dire straits.
No better words could be spoken there. Newt took it right out of my mouth. And the change of pace here from TSM, I think, is quite interesting. They've made Imps uncomfortable. And we see this time and time and time again is that Imps, they feel like quite a jumpy team, don't they? They feel quite quick to rotate. They feel quite quick to, you know, be a little hesitant to watch the same angle, to shift themselves even slightly. And it makes it very difficult for them to be ready for these advancements. But here it is, comes on to site. Raven might be locked out of the round here. Is going to have to stand and hold her ground. Takes down the first, but it's a distraction for Bungie to round the corner at Mark speed. Mads gets a second. Now Gadfly up close to the MP9. The HPs are looking low. Really could have done something there. And it's Bungie with the kill onto Mads instead, actually. Serendipity's found one, and actually suddenly O's have switched. And it's TSM locked out at this site. Styx, however, still has to defuse this bomb. Taps it. Tries to bait it out. Baits the first one. Goes for the second shot. Gets it as well, and the defuse, loads of time, all the time in the world, and time for a picnic on top of it. That is what you want to be seeing as 11 is hit.
Get TSM with a player advantage, but just getting caught out over towards CT spawn. So nice round from Imp Pact, able to get the retake, and they've been pretty successful in the retake so far. So they've only lost out one bomb plant so far, and I think that's possibly the third defuse on their CT side.
I think so.
Pretty good.
Around about there, yeah. In the meantime,
You know, I'm very
however,
questioning myself when I'm going high-pitched.
Don't
Yeah.
worry, me too. I'm always down myself, Newt. But I was about to tell you about the other game that's going on, but this game just got interesting and fast. Molotov forces Raven forward. Don't know if they're ready for her, but that smoke gonna lock her out. Still loads of damage through it nonetheless. Trying to decide whether to back away, wait for team. Got the teammates, but they are also held at bay by the fire and the flames. Yet another Molotov. Fuel on the fire, dare I say. Raven trying to peek on up, try and help her team out a little bit. That player tucked in Palace, gonna be smoked off. But still dangerous. I like that they've accounted for her. But there's so many angles, so many crossfires, and trying to dismantle them, they just don't know where to start. Bungie with the first. Selly does have a trade. Gadfly worried, but so hyper-focused on Rab, not even looking for Mads on Tetris, and there it comes. Both kills, 8 rounds, and a beautiful post-plant from TSM.
Oh, I saw that smoke get planted down, and just seeing the amount of smokes on the side just kind of made you question mark, where is this player? Where's the bomb itself? So luckily they had about like 3 AKs just pointed in that general direction, just spraying and praying, hoping to find it. At least they found it, so it's 11-8. But as we were going to just mention in that round before chaos just ensued, 13-3, FlyQuest versus Blue Atacama, with FlyQuest Red taking their first map.
You stole the announcement from me there, Newt. But yes, that is quite a statement round, well, map win from FlyQuest. Can't say we maybe expected anything too different. They have been looking on their A game recently. But Atacama, bit of a rough season for them. They were looking really strong at the start of the season. They've had a really rough start to the season, with all of the really tricky matchups being put mostly towards the start there. Of course, FlyQuest, penultimate game for them. They are in a very dangerous period right now. That second map really needs to be won, because any more series lost and they are in danger of relegation. But back to the game on hand. Mads in mid, having a little bit of fight. Has the backup from afar of her team. Gets her safely escorted into connector, albeit for a second. Looks like they're heading up catwalk over towards B, where it is just Gadfly lying in wait right now. Molotov to clear out Van, systematically taking this space. And the teammates, they are near enough by, but the initial kills actually go the way of Imps here. I say that, Bungie hears me. Immediate response, and it's beautiful. LX getting her name in the kill feed some more as well. Raven with the AWP. Lovely angle, but difficult to retake this site with nothing. With the Scout and Deagle. Not the greatest combination, and actually the back away I think is going to signal plenty for them. Nothing going to be given to them for free. No inch given, so they cannot take a mile. Matt is going to take the head, however, of Serendipity. Keep that one as a trophy and force Raven just to hold on to her measly sniper rifle, because that's all she's going to be awarded going into the next round.
I was just looking at the post-plant setup from TSM, and I know Raven's like picking off the final few pieces as they scurry away from the bomb. But compared to the first initial pistol round, as soon as they got the bomb planted, they decided, let's move out of the bomb site and not actually become like quote-unquote CTs. We're going to just push into apps again. We're going to push into market. And that's what they got taken down. And in this situation, they just stayed on the bomb side again. Just waited for Impact to come towards them. They tried, they poked and prodded a bit. And they got bitten. And at least TSM Shimmer finally get another round as well. So they're closing the gap ever so slightly.
People seem really surprised when they poke a hornet's nest and get stung, don't they?
Oh, yes.
It's like, I'm not sure what you thought was going to happen. But they do have to continue to shake the fundamentals of Impact some more, because that gap is closing. The opening picks, once again, Julie has been really hot on them, not only this map, not only this season, but just generally she has been an incredible entry player. And putting her name in the scoreboard quite a lot. One of the front runners in the frag department, the entire 10 players in this team. And here we go, Bungie. There's the first. Actually, a wall bang onto STX. This is a difficult one. Gadfly. Is Alex gonna hard clear this one? She double takes. She spots it but looks away. We've all done it and we all know that pain. Said he can hear the footsteps and here's the jump on down. Is gonna try get a pick and shoot them in the back as they head up connected, but already accounted for, dealt with and dispatched. And now bomb site empty. Raven and Gadfly, what can they do to get back into this?
These guys got the most valuable prize, an AK. If she can hold on to it. Raven might secure it. Ooh. Come on, do it again. Through the wall. Do it again. Oh, the Molotov kill.
I like that. You know that you got the tag. Throw in the Molotov because they have to still be in the corner because Raven's watching the exit. That one, I think maybe a little bit of a faux pas to try and go for some more there. I know you're in the 2v2, but trying to poke through that window with low HP and a scout, maybe not your smartest idea just yet, but Gadfly is going to escape with that AK for now. The rest of TSM, they are just backing away, not willing to risk any of their lives, precious money or weapons, just for the sake of one measly AK, especially when the rest of the team are going to be able to buy. It's going to be a full buy anyway, so they're maybe not necessarily as worried.
Oh, that opening is that's just vile. There's great spray control in order to get those bullets through that tiny little sliver all the way from chair over towards cat. I always like that. I found it such a sleazy little spot. It's a lot easier with an AWP, but if you can do it with an AK, that's pretty good.
You know what? I need to know your sleazy little spots with all these maps now. Newt sleazy spots. That's going to be new content piece coming out soon, guys.
With a name like Newt in a CSGO, or not CSGO, CS2 game, I've certainly got all the sleazy little spots.
I don't doubt that you are an incredible teammate to have. You know, if we pug together, I feel like we'd have like a green carpet of victories. Ooh, a timeout being called here.
It was actually a double timeout. Straight after the next, it was a double. So it was the first tactical timeout for TSM, and then straight afterwards, another timeout.
So, either something's wrong and they're calling the timeouts to buy themselves a bit more time, or Florence really wants to get on the mic and have something to say. Florence, of course, being their coach, talking away in the background. Remember, they brought Florence on midway through the last season, and he fundamentally changed their strat book halfway through the season. I remember at the time thinking, this is a little bit odd. But then, of course, they qualified to go play in Dallas. And so, maybe not all bad. But it was a stark choice for them to make, and Florence has been with them ever since. Moved over to TSM with them, and is making a lot of the important decisions in the background from my phone. Talking about important decisions in the background, Serendipity decides today is her day. And suddenly, they couldn't get themselves on that map point. And it's done in a matter of, what, 10 seconds? 20 seconds?
Just one god flash. That flash from STX just blinded every single player. That was just brilliant stuff.
just and the fact that, you know, able to get so many, Serendipity, keeping her nerve and being able to keep the spray so controlled, just immaculate. And now here we go, TSM 2 rounds in a row needed for overtime. Is the pressure going to get to them? The weaponry is looking pretty weak, and unfortunately so is Bungie's health bar. STX getting aggressive in mid, piece by piece, TSM fall. And Raven, there's one more. Julie, the last one left alive. A monumental clutch would be needed. History making, dare I say. And it's got to be careful not checking Serendipity. There she is, hiding in hell, the demon from TSM's worst nightmares. And that is going to be map number 1, taken by Impact. Their own map pick secured. Put a nice big tick next to it.
I'm surprised I've not seen that many celebrations. I think it's more of like a sigh of relief that they closed it out. A very tight first half, and then the second half.
So if you've got slow internet, get on it now, because if you want to play it tomorrow, you're gonna need to hop on soon. But it's looking to be really awesome. It's great to see that Gabe hasn't forgotten about us, and Valve still remembers that Counter-Strike exists. And talking of Counter-Strike existing, this map is going to go crazy. Do TSM actually have a wild card up their sleeve, or is this going to be a royal flush here for Impact?
Only time will tell. Their T-side on Mirage wasn't really spectacular to start off of. They slowly got their momentum near the later stages of the half, but couldn't close it out there. So let's see if they can get a hot start here. If they get a good start, maybe we could see a potential for 3-mapper.
TSM, they had an amazing first pistol round. And now, they'll be starting maybe a little bit more slowly, but only damage done so far. No kills to be found. I say that immediately as Selly, the hot shot of the team, is going to take off the head of Julie. Go for a little bit more. It sticks. Die does find something. 1 kill to try even the stakes, and there's the bomb going to go down because of it, but reinforcements already here. A notoriously difficult site to retake, but look at that. They run and fly straight into the scopes of Bungie and Die, and now LX the only one left. Not for long. There's the bomb defuse coming on through, and a notoriously difficult site to retake, done so with effortlessness.
With some great effortlessness, because that's, as you say, very difficult side to retake. And they do it with style. And I think it's, again, TSM, they've got the bomb plants. Just stay on the plants. What? Me English? No.
Yeah, me English, no. That's our Newt quote for today. Words of wisdom from the wise Master Newt.
Firstly, I'm saying that numbers don't tell the full story, or they're not the truth.
You know how we had that thing last season where we thought you'd been cloned, right? Maybe this is a defective clone. Maybe this clone didn't fully form when it was being developed in the ESL labs.
Probably the original was also a defective at the beginning.
The real Nuke doesn't believe in numbers. Ooh. That's a theory. A game theory. But here we are, Gadfly up close and, well, I want to say breathing down the necks of the players on the other side, but that smoke is going to deter them, going to force them away just a little bit. They're going to wait it on out. There's a lot of presence over towards apps here as well, especially considering really putting too much stock into looking at mid here. Julie, unfortunately, going to fall. Are they, however, going to expect LX? The fact that they back away probably suggests not, especially the fact that Gadfly is having to deal with an onslaught, a swarm of T's in Banana. But they handle it with very nice poise. And now 3 players left. Die desperately trying to find this kill. It's messy. They're dancing around, but they do, in fact, get it. Raven going to be the final bullet and nail in the coffin. And there we go. Second round on the board. A nice, simple conversion for them. And now this round should be another quiet round for Impact. They've dispatched of not 1, but 2 force buys after pistols now. And this is their opportunity to get a little bit of a head start.
It's quite interesting seeing the placement of TSM. They haven't really set up each other in tradable positions, especially that fight with Yuli and Apps with 2 players trying to find that opening kill. It just wasn't too pretty, and Alex was more concerned about Boiler. Maybe better for Yuli to rejoin with Alex, but yeah, it's always hindsight. Die, 2 kills with the Glock. Brings it down to a 2-on-2. This could get very, very interesting. A free open B bomb site. Selly on the trot, ready to go, ready for the cross, sprays to the smoke, but misses the bomb planter. Yuli's able to get that bomb planted just in time.
Misses by a hair, and that's going to make this really, really difficult, especially considering the fact that they can just back away here. That smoke going to do so much to bide them time and maybe even deter this entire retake. But actually, I think Imps, they're looking to go for this as well. They're trying to clear out the back of the site here. Dark taken down. Do they expect a second? Doesn't matter, because nade bop on the head. That'll do the trick. And yeah, long defuse coming on in, but they don't even need to worry about time. SDX had that defuse kit if needed. They had even more time to play with, but not even necessary. So clean there. Systematically withdrawing any point of contact that TSM had on that bomb site.
If only that nade threw out a little bit earlier, there would be a possibility that Alex would not have been cleared. Again, not suspecting that 2 players to be there, but initially Alex peeked out just to get a little bit of info. Oh, where the CT's at? Oh, they're right here. Bablam.
Bablam. That's it. That's my word of the day now. Ooh, battle of the scopes. Actually, Guy just falling away for a second, lining up some utility instead. Nade's going to go deep, and Bungie is going to be feeling the full force of it. Serendipity now. A little bit of a back away. Decides that the smoke grenade to put some distance, fall back onto site, maybe call over some reinforcements from the likes of Raven. That all going to be slowly working its way on over. Plenty of utility, so it does mean that AWP isn't going to be able to play from CT. They are going to have to try move and schmove it onto site pretty quickly. Very, very passive from them.
It's interesting the way that they're playing this. They normally send in Yuli and Alex over towards the F, so they leave 3 players to kind of work over towards Banana. And as they slowly make their way up Banana, they kind of rejoin together, leaving 1 over towards Apps. They do have Yuli in mid. If she stays here for a little bit longer with some patience, maybe could catch out Selly, but it's STX that walks through the smoke and catches Yuli and Die off guard.
That's a painful one. The disrespect, the confidence, you can feel it flowing through their very veins. And now Bungie left alone. Fight onto site, gets the first there, has to back away because that bomb is being guarded very, very heavily here. The Molotov, she could try and run through it, but really that would be a death sentence, so she does just have to wait it out here. There we go. Bomb scoop back up, and actually, I don't know whether they've even spotted it, whether they had eyes on the angle there, because you got Selly having a look. But it doesn't matter, because time. Worst enemy for all of us, inside the server and out.
Let's say chills down my spine.
I
It's a scary thought.
No, but it's meant to be a motivational thing, you know? You only live once, so anything you want to do, you got to go out and do it, you know? We don't always get the next round, you know? We can't always GG go next. You know, any dreams and aspirations you have, go for it, you know? That's what ESL Impact's about, isn't it?
I need that on like a cat poster on my wall right now.
Well, like all of it.
All of it.
Well, Christmas is coming up, Newt. You know, if you ask really nicely, send me your address. I might... A cat poster with whatever I just rambled about will show up on your doorstep. I want to see it in the background of all of the future ESL Impact casts, you know?
Oh, yes. It will definitely be there.
I'll get on a t-shirt as well to match.
Oh, yes.
We need group t-shirts. You know, I think maybe that's the next step for ESL Impact. We need group PNG t-shirts. Serendipity. Ooh. That's a nice angle here, but this is going to be a painful one because 3 people rounding the corner at ungodly speeds definitely isn't a recipe for anything but disaster here. Now, if she can hold her nerve, find 1, possibly 2. That is going to be all her team needs her to do, because Gadfly also here is a little bit of backup, but the flashbang's so good. Actually impacted both of the teams there. Serendipity does find 2 and a whole load of damage onto Dire while she's at it, and they don't suspect Gadfly. Unsuspecting, only good for 1, but has done so much to buy the time. Allows Raven to rotate in and find the pick just as the smoke blossoms as well. Now Julie planting behind that very thin stone column, the only thing between her and the barrel of death. That's a lovely pick. Going for a little bit more, spots the head, but it's distracted from the kill on STX by Selly in the corner. And it's beautifully played, a battle of numbers from Impact.
I'm just trying to think what TSM could have done there. They're whittling down the clock as much as they could, but even during that entire time, Impact didn't even throw a single defensive smoke. They were just waiting. As soon as they got contact, then they started to play. So if TSM are reading this a little bit more, they're going to be thinking, okay, we need to kind of create false contact first. Just make them use some of their utility, because they know that TSM, if they're going to contact us, they're going to contact us. There's no way about it. It's not going to be a fake. It's not going to be this. There's no second thought about it. There's no doubts here. So TSM are kind of overthinking this to themselves, and Impact are reading them like a book. Maybe they got Florence's his book with all the strats, and they're like, oh, this looks handy. Oh, this is interesting.
They found it lying on the floor, you know? They're like, ooh.
Yeah.
Give this a little bit of read. Raven, oh, there's the pick, and she's had amazing fluidity this round. Have a little bit of a look at mid, saw nobody on ramp because they'd already gone banana, can calm that over, moves on over to alt mid just in case anyone rotates off of banana, falls back, they don't. She goes up to apartments, takes contact there as well, gets the opening pick, and it's just so beautiful to see this dynamicness coming out of her. It's why she's one of the, it's one of the AWPers I rate most highly on the scene.
Oh, most certainly. I've been loving watching Raven play. Not overly aggressive, does get those open picks, and has been solid throughout. I've seen maybe 1 or 2 missed shots, but the rest, always connecting. And that's what you kind of need with an AWP player. Unfortunately, we did see in, on Mirage, that 1 round, I think all 5 shots that tried to shoot at 1 player in mid, all missed. And they got taken out by a flying Mac-10. That's just a bit...
I remember that.
You lose your confidence a bit, especially as the AWP player. I know it's kind of a bit difficult with somebody running and gunning at you, literally jumping around like a bunny rabbit.
Headless chicken, yeah.
But kind of, you can hit those shots, get those flicks, do some skeet shooting.
It's a rough one because, as you said, it damages the confidence. If there's any sort of veteran player that I think would be able to keep their nerve and just bounce right back, it would be the likes of Dai, who has been on the scene, you know, for ages and ages. Really part of the furniture, some might say. And yes, there was a little bit of a hiatus, but so monumental in the upbringings and the foundations of those early ESL Impact seasons, you know. And, ooh, what a nice shot there. Julie turning the tides, trying to keep it equal here.
Great stuff from Yuli. Finding 2 kills over towards A, and they're ushering over towards this A bomb site. They can isolate Raven, low HP, whips out the P250 and gets double swung. And it's Yuli again to strike. 3 kills in the round, and the bomb plant secured.
There we go. They've been disrespecting the smokes time and time again, and sometimes it works for them, sometimes we're seeing it actually lead to only a 1 and done, and in a situation where you're down on numbers, you really can't afford that. But something that's quite interesting about TSM here is that they have a 77% win rate off the back of opening picks. And that's a crazy amount to think about, because there's a lot of teams that we see, you know, we talked about, I think it was FlyQuest, who they start a lot of their rounds, you know, in 4v5s, and then they still win 46% of those. That's an amazing stat on that side of things. You look at the flip side as well, they get these opening picks and rounds, you know, 3/4 of the time, that's it, seemingly set in stone there. So the fact that they're able to pull out these equalizing picks and to occasionally get these openers as well, which is something they've struggled definitely with on their T sides, is finding that initial opener. It's something that they were succeeding with quite nicely over on their CT side on Mirage, but it's, I don't know. I'm not sure what I want to see out from TSM Shimmer here. It feels like everything they're trying has been kind of shut down. Yes, they found a round success there, but it was maybe not as comfortable as they'd like.
Oh, now they're bringing the Impact of bringing the fight back to them again. They're already pushed all the way up mid. So this is very awkward. Bungie with a nice little trade and a double onto Banana. But this allows for STX to push forward. And that isolates the bomb. It's stuck at T-spawn. Yuli needs to help, needs to assist to get that bomb out over towards B. She finds a double. And it's just Raven left in a 1v4.
Rough place to be in. That's the pick that you want to get, and that buys you enough space to be able to hide over on that A side and keep this weapon for yourself. However, Bungie, $750 to her name, is having a little bit of a look. Now, I don't think they're going to put too much interest in hunting down this weapon because they really can't afford it right now, right? They don't have the financial padding to be secure. But it doesn't mean that they're not having maybe a little mosey around the map, you know? It's not a clear derivative. It's not a clear plan of action here. It's just them sort of, if we stumble into her, we'll take that. And Julie, for instance, just looking for a place to save her own weapon, might need to take the fight here. However, both of them more than content to sit in their own apartments. Now, it's looking a lot better. I think it's these beginning of the rounds. That's something that they've been suffering with a little bit, is they've been losing a lot of those opening fights, especially over towards Banana. So I like that they've maybe diverted their attention a little bit further away from Banana. Because, of course, you do have to show face there and show presence. But the fact that they're definitely heading a little bit more towards A. On the flip side, on just the pistols and that saved AWP, they can go a little bit crazy here, Imps. They want to get aggressive with this control. And yes, it gets them a kill. But that's all it's going to get them. However, funneled over towards that A site where that single AWP lies in wait. It's already finding results, and they're going to move it further back site there because they know that Serendipity has control of B. The smoke is also just going to block off Die, who has that bomb. She's going to meet up with the team. And so that AWP bunkering back site is even better because they now have no idea where she's playing.
They're also venting her, so they're going to push out towards balcony, but a double dink from STX gets onto Mads, but not able to pick up the AK in time. It's still a 2-on-2. AK is still in play, but it's all the way over towards B, so it's on the rotate to try assist. Breaks the smoke, but the shot doesn't connect. Alex, lucky. That's what the L stands for, Alex, lucky.
Exactly. It's that one, if the pick had gone the other way, they could have contended that so easily. But no, that one single smoke to block over towards Library and Archers, that dams the round. That's the dam that stops the river flowing, right? Because now suddenly the line of sight on the AWP is completely cut off. They don't really want to rotate it round short because that's now a really awkward angle, and then you're having to play up really close and use that AWP as a shotgun, which is not exactly its intended purpose, you know. It does not say on the box when you buy it, please use up close personal without scoping it. That's not how it's wanted to be played. So that smoke it's painful, and they need to start drawing out more of that utility because they went into that post part TSM with just so much left in the bank.
This is the second round in a row that it was a great read of the opening stages of the round by TSM Shimmer. And it's because they're a bit more passive now. They're not going to try to force these entry duels. They're just going to wait a little bit. Bungie, yet again, second round in a row. A nice double entry over towards Banana. Just waiting for the impacts to get a bit more... Well, they're trying to search for a bit more info and try to get the play going. They're trying to initiate the contact before TSM. But that kind of just leads to their detriment here. Ooh, but a nice triple lean over towards lane. This is interesting.
There's a lot of parkour going on, isn't there? You know,
cool.
we've got the boost up onto the roof and onto flower pots. And now Lynn and Julie have just sort of been dancing up and down the steps here, having a little bit of a jump off. Turning Inferno into, can only be described as a bit of a trampoline park. Smoke coming out, that's going to fault any plan that they have, because they either have to wait this out, and they do have some flashes, so it looks like they want to just go straight on through it. Now, Raven, it's a difficult position to dodge the flashes here. They're so perfect, but they're looking the wrong way, able to get both kills there, coming out on top. But elsewhere on the map, a frag has been found, so really the numbers, they stay even. And now Bungie, pushing on up, has taken the space for a team to be able to advance safely. And this commotion over on the A side, they really don't know where the commit is going to be now. Gadfly going to be overwhelmed up close with the MP9. Are they going to clear her? The Molotov doesn't quite spread far enough, and they just happen to check. They line up. The trigger discipline's perfect. She gets 2, and that's all she needs to do. Guy with the AWP is getting in uncomfortable situations and managing to get herself out of them as well. Taps the plant, trying to bait out the player from Banana. Successfully does so. They're allowing her these 1v1s. Now Raven taking a second to pause here, trying to catch her on the plant, but that's it. Die goes for some more, and that's it. 3 kills. Stunning stuff, stellar stuff. And Impact, I can't help but feel maybe you play that a little slower. You wait for the utility to fade so that the two of them can swing together. One from Banana, one from CT. But they let her isolate those fights. And yes, she's missed some AWP shots, but a clutch like that, that's got to make up for every single one of them.
Oh, seriously. I love this parting as soon as she gets the bomb planted down. She uses the fountain as a kind of way to just block that angle from CT, from that sideline.
Ooh.
So it just allows her to push on back a little bit more.
Someone called Ferrari, because we've got some speed up in here. This is crazy from them. Vroom indeed. Is that your best, you know, Formula 1 impression there? Probably like
Formula 1 impression.
Are you willing to give us a proper like race car? Like, there's no pressure on this. I've been testing the limits to see what I can get my co-casters to be able to do.
Are we your little circus rats? We just do your bidding.
I got a bingle bangle bongle bish bash bosh out of a co-cast the other day. Pretty proud of that one.
Oh, very nice.
In the accent and everything, I was quite happy with that.
You get a lot out of me for free.
An absolute content cow, I'm telling you now. But Selly, that's a lovely one. This is a difficult position to escape from. She's allowed a second and almost gets them to line up for some more. But the fact that she gets away with 2, and considering it was only really the 5-7 to hold on to there, that is money, money, money in the bank for her.
Money, money, money.
Oh, don't.
Must be funny.
In a rich man's world.
No, in a rich woman's world.
In a rich woman's world, you're right. Sorry, I was going with the original, you know, ABBA lyrics. Big ABBA fan.
There's a lot of teams that listen to ABBA before their games. I can't remember who it was recently, but I'm like, I feel the Meggy Weggy influence is spreading far and wide here.
I think, you know, production has told us this. They think it was insanity that was listening to it before their game. And you know what? I like that as a pre-game ritual. I like that a lot. I rate that really, really highly. You know, a good bit of music gets the adrenaline pumping, which is exactly what you need, because you need to stay sharp on these matches. And talking of staying sharp, these B-side players, they have had to stay laser focused this entire game, because they have been tried and tested time and time again. And this time, actually, there's a heavy lean over towards A, but that bomb still remains uncommitted right now. So either side, they're just waiting for a pick maybe to fall into the palms of their hands so that they can grasp it and run away. But actually, Imps, they are more than willing to just sit back and not budge at all.
Again, with having Alex and Yuli over towards this A bomb side, they continue to work towards apartments at the top of mid. And this is the better place. They're not forcing contact again, but they're just pushing into open spaces. So they're looking around. Is this clear? Is it clear? Okay, cool. We're good to go. He's going to push on forward. Matt at the head of the pack. Gets caught out is Yuli. The flash undeterred for Selly as STX finds Alex as well, and the player numbers keep on dwindling down for TSM. In the final round, the half, they only find 5. Impact make it 7. So it's all game in the second half.
Returning to the battlefield of Inferno. Passion reignited here as a pistol round could determine everything. Both of these teams, they want this victory to keep themselves out of the red, to keep them in steadfast pole position to requalify for the next season. And it's all got to be here now, and so much aggressive map control from TSM here. Straight down Banana, but look at that. Imps, they don't care. A-site is where their hearts and souls are set on, and that is exactly where they'll be. Kills are going both ways, and actually TSM, they hold on for dear life. And that's going to be exactly what they need. Serendipity left alone, and Mads, that's the kill. The bullet in the head to get it done. A pistol round that they almost certainly needed.
I much needed a pistol immediately. There was we never got to see it on like the screen, but you could see it in the minimap. There was an immediate smoke thrown up by CT all the way to the bottom of Banana. So they instantly denied any sort of movement from the T's into Banana, and we had 2 CTs already taking up space. They had no room to breathe over towards that side of the map, so there's only one way for Impact to go, and that's A. So they've funneled straight into the 3-player setup, and the double setup in pit was just perfect. The perfect little cherry on top.
Exactly. Now, can they replicate that same success? The buy is fine, and it's actually not going to be contested imps. They didn't really find enough to make this worth it. Bungie pops ahead on out, and it's like a whack-a-mole for her. Get one, get two, and now that's where the flip comes on through. The overwhelming firepower. These Deagles are impressive. Now, Die, long range with the FAMAS, has spotted out one. As the rest of the team, they pile onto site, but they have left that contingency banana player. And yes, no one's walking on round to try fight from there, but she will be that little bit of a presence, the unknown entity in the wind that might cause some mayhem as they go for this retake.
Ooh, Raven. This is so expensive for TSM. They send everything at it down to a 1v1. They're trying to find a fuse it maybe, but only finds lead.
That's everything Impact could have wanted and more there. It's the fact that you see that, I'm trying to remember who it was that was trapped there in the sandwich between the pillars, right? Because somebody was trapped and they'd been spotted by the CT player, right? We might get to see it in, no. But the fact that they were pinned there, and we talked about how they'd left the contingency in Banana there, that can just peek on out, alleviate that pressure, and allow her to escape elsewhere and relocate. That's what is so important to that round, because if she goes down there, suddenly it's a lot more difficult. But the fact that not only she manages to escape, but they manage to get a kill as they go, there's just nothing more that they could do with only one player left alive. And TSM losing that conversion round as a CT, that is the worst round to lose, in my opinion. Of all of the rounds to lose, if you win that CT pistol, force up, and then lose, your money is ruined. Because sometimes it's a double eco that you need to recover from it as well. Which, Impact, with the lead that they've got, they really can't afford TSM to let any more rounds slip too far. Die. Going to be the first one to drop, but Julie has found a little bit of revenge kill there. Aggressive over towards B. Now the stack is still waiting for her. It is only pistols. She does still have to be very wary. One up. Is she going to be heard? Do they check Bungie? Back his turn. She just manages to slip the net there. And unfortunately, not able to find either kill. All of the shots missing. Bungie does find one. Raven hiding with the orb. Ducking, weaving. Selly with two. And that's it. It looked like they had a moment to stop that bomb going down. Trap it on site. And then just leave LX to dispatch of Gadfly, who is elsewhere on the map, having a little bit of a wander, enjoying the scenery. But now, not even needed. Bomb goes down, and there's really nothing that they can do. And this is going to be a really difficult escape here for Alex as well. Albeit, not really much to save. She might be able to find an exit pick. Or trap these players on the site and try and remove these AKs, perhaps. Nope. Sadly not. Does find one. But actually, I don't think that's going to be enough economic damage that it even makes a dent.
No, dude, I'm just so surprised. That position on the B-bomb side. Is there like an invisibility cloak or something at the second boxes? What?
I would have thought that the orb gun barrel was sticking out there. Surely, because it is a lot longer than it feels like when you've got it, right? Because when you're wielding the orb, you never realize that, oh god, okay, it's sticking out the other side and everyone knows where I am. This is lovely lead from Imps. They are running away with themselves, and even though there's a buy here from TSM, it's really not very pretty. The FAMASs, the MP9s, they're really gonna have to work here, and yeah, they've got them playing in the nice position. Mads playing that sandbags, hoping that someone peeks her, but that smoke actually just gonna deter them, push them over towards A, which is arguably the weaker side. I say that reinforcing as we speak, as they rotate Julie on over to assist, and right timing, right call. The stars have a line for them on this one, but can they pull off the execute?
Let's see who finds that first contact. Okay, we got Gadfly bolting their way through the apartments. Alex right in front of her, ready for some supportive flashes. Raven does get caught by it. It doesn't fully blind her, but it's a nice double kill from the CTs. The T's answering card, and Serendipity finds Yuli on the cross. A 2-on-2 situation. Nobody near the A-bomb site, and both CTs disconnected. One coming from archers and one coming from mid. Bomb yet to be planted.
They've actually managed to get here quite quickly. And Gadfly, if she can cover the plant, has to be careful because actually Bungie is a lot closer than they may be expected. Luckily, the smoke does hold strong for just long enough. And Gadfly rounds the corner, spots just the elbow. That's all she needs and probably suspects there's got to be one more here. Peeks the corner. Actually, doesn't even have her gun out. Does enough damage. All that is required now is one single bullet. Now, there is some utility available for them if they want to try go for this, but Bungie, just too low health, needs to hold on to this AK. And my heart hurts for them because it looks so good for them in loads of these moments, right? They manage to get themselves onto site in just enough time to potentially stop the bomb going down. Or they have the right read. Then something goes awry. And then it all sorts of slips away. And it's not for want of having the wrong idea. It's for want of it just being this raw firepower coming on out. Even when it looks like they're at advantage. Now, another round, 10 double digits available, and we're starting to potentially see the door closing here for Shimmer. They lost the first map, and we talked about we really need to see something special coming out from them because this is a map that they have been almost constantly perma-banning. And yeah, we're seeing some stuff, but what we're seeing now is just force buy after messy force buy, and it's starting to feel maybe a little bit disjointed, dare I say.
It gets a bit disjointed when you have a bit of a dire situation here for TSM. They got two players over towards lane. They do have all this contact from Yuli. Does get smoked out, so he's a bit wounded here. Died, doesn't find anything, and so does Alex. Yuli, the only one on site, gonna push to the smoke. Raven scoped in towards mid, and Yuli gets an easy pick. He picks up the AWP. Flicks on up over towards Bulk. The shot doesn't land.
This is looking rough. And yeah, there's a couple of players low health here where the likes of Mads' MP9 can shine, especially if she can find the pick on Gadfly, one of the healthier players here. But unfortunately, she's just not expecting to have to hard clear that, well, that far away from where all the action appears to be. And maybe a tiny bit of a faux pas, not expecting somebody there, but this is going to be the call to save. They do not have the money. That AWP is going to be everything. And Di's maybe not been having the strongest game we've ever seen her have it. Yeah, she's been having solid impact and she's been hitting a couple of nice clips, but they'll want to keep hold of this because anything that they can save, the better, because the rest of the team, they are not going to have the money. And anything they can do to try prevent that map point, because that's what comes next, right? This is the round for 11, right? The next round, they're not going to have much to buy. They lose that. Suddenly, series point looms over them like a horrible, ominous shadow.
Oh, bloody gosh. I feel like we've been in this situation before on Mirage. Get to round number 11 for Impact, and then TSM kind of get like a little bit of a comeback going. But like just at the end, they run out of gas. Hopefully it's not the same situation here. Hopefully they keep the momentum going. They do have a good buy. It's Yuli with the AWP. That's pretty interesting. And just gets instantly naded out and pushed off a banana.
Ooh, opening pick and what a sequence as well. Wall bang, headshot on the AWP. Bungie, there's another one and make it 2. Suddenly Imps, this round is on its last legs. And despite the fact that they've had a very, very dominant half, right? TSM, they've only found one thus far, right? They haven't got the economy in the background because TSM's at least been managing to take away a lot of these weapons, right? However, we've talked about this. It's usually TSM doing the comebacking here, but... Oh, Julie, this is not her primary weapon, and suddenly she's low. and having to wield a weapon in which she is not necessarily the most familiar. Now, what do? They've kind of got to go for this. They don't have a kit, so they have to make it quick. STX, if she can find even one here, that's huge. She doesn't. This is it for TSM. They have to go, and they have to go now. Gadfly, all she has to do is stall.
Great trade from Bungie. Much needed. Oh my hat. I was just biting my lip that entire round. Impact found where the strength lies for TSM. That's over towards B. Immediately ran over towards A. You think, oh, there's 3 players on A. It's going to be difficult for Impact to get onto the site. Oh, alas. Impact make it work, and they isolate every single duel over towards A. And they even get the rotation. Oh my, if TSM lost that round, I think I would have flipped my table.
I would have, well, I mean, my desk is very much flipped to the, attached to the floor. So if I'd flipped it, that would have been quite an impressive.
You flipped the building.
With you on that one. I flipped the building. It is a whole flat. If I'd managed to do, you know what? I think it is definitely something that would merit a response like that. I would have flipped the whole flat for you, Newt. And for, of course, TSM. But this round, they are just eking out what's left of the bank balance here. It's very desperate. They're trying to keep hold of this lead. They lose this. It'll probably go 9 and 11 on the scoreboards. And with 3 kills flooding in, it's all blue in the scoreline. Julie actually forced away, taking a bunch of damage. And suddenly there might be room for a bomb plant here. That smoke, have to be careful, because if it fades, that's going to be the worry. But Selieva, the bodyguard, got her team's back. There's the first. Blocking off short. That's going to be a problem. Smoke to part it, that might cause some issues, but she gets the first and spots the second. The transfer, it's immaculate, and now Mads has to do it all. Spotted, taken down, and everything in that round looked like it was there for TSM. That was their round to lose, and that they do. And series point now off the back of a round that honestly, Impact, they didn't look too shaky, to anything but too shaky in. And it all comes down to this now. And you could tell they're happy. We talked about how they were looking pretty stoic at the end of the first map. You know, run of the mill, just get it done and try not to give anything too much away. Now they are looking happy. It's all smiles in the Impact camp. Serendipity, lovely nade. Bungie taken down by the flames as well. And the buy, this is all they have to defend the series with, Newt.
Oh, that round was literally everything. And it was everything from Celia. Got all 5 frags as well. It was an ace. Oh, and it's, oh gosh. It's all falling apart.
That's the worst. That's a death omen. A team kill to open up your own attempt at a comeback here. This one, it hurts. It hurts and my heart aches for TSM. Gadfly finds one, LX with all but one as an answer, and now they're picking them off bit by bit. And Mads left alone with a pistol. She's the clutch queen. Maybe a little bit of birthday magic would go a really long way here, but this is going to be a rough one. Rounding the corner, might be able to get the drop here on Raven, does indeed. That's the orb. And actually, she's going to go for it with it. Bomb digits being planted in, hoping maybe someone peeks her, but that smoke, that is going to be an issue. Oh, she checked for STX. I don't think it was spotted. Just sees the corner. That's the first. And now blocked out by their own smoke. STX. Sorry, Selly just has to go for this. But there it is. All she needs is a couple of bullets. Gets the job done. And you can see the Impact are happy. They take yet another series. And TSM Shimmer, unfortunately, that is going to be it. They go down. And now they are 3-3 in the standings, victories and losses, and suddenly